This morning edition on 88.3 WAER. Tuesday night, Central New York voters got a chance to hear the two candidates running for New York's 22nd district seat in Congress. WAER's Kyra Ceranyk and Jack McGuire bring us some of the key issues covered in the Syracuse.com debate hosted by the Newhouse School at Syracuse University.
The two candidates, John Mannion and Brandon Williams, first faced off at the Dick Clark Studios at Syracuse University. Afterwards, I asked Mannion a few questions.
And I asked Williams a few follow-up questions. At the debate, the first one centered on the economy. Both the congressional Republican incumbent and the state senator were asked to defend their party's policies on fighting inflation. Williams touted his own energy prowess.
I'm the only nuclear engineer in Congress. I have thousands of hours supervising the operation of nuclear power plants. We have to make common sense energy decisions because it's priced into everything that we buy.
Mannion separated himself from both Williams and the Biden administration's federal policies by pointing out a series of efforts at the state level.
We provided property tax relief, even though property taxes are collected by municipalities, and we suspended the gas tax to give people relief. We also found other ways that we could assist families in keeping more dollars in their pocket. And one of those was to expand universal school meals.
Right now, the U.S. Census reports 1 in 5 children live below the poverty line in Onondaga County. Providing universal school meals to all children means public schools must split federal funding for those lunches with charter and private schools that may not need help. After the debate, I asked Williams how will he ensure that public schools have the necessary federal funding to support systems like free meals while balancing school choice options.
If you go into poor neighborhoods and talk to parents, they're extremely strong supporters of school choice and vouchers, and it's precisely because they want the best choice for their children. I think they deserve to have a choice. A lot of times they are underserved by their school systems.
Mannion, a former public school teacher, agrees that combating poverty begins with education, but says we need to invest at the high school level and think beyond traditional paths.
We have to make sure that our kids can compete with anyone, and that means making sure they have access to public education and beyond. Trades programs, community colleges, four-year colleges, apprenticeship programs. We need to strip down those barriers for students.
On the housing crisis, both candidates focused on solutions for Syracuse's lower-income families. For Mannion, the goal is to offer more federal options so that home ownership is a reality.
It has to be affordable. The pathway out of poverty often comes with home ownership, so there may be rent-to-own programs at the federal level or low-cost loans for individuals.
Williams zeroed in more specifically on the East Adams project in the 15th Ward, where a federal grant is paying for the demolition of the I-81 corridor, along with other projects.
One is Community Rise, that's for early childhood development. Another is for the housing projects that are in redevelopment. On top of that, the 15th Ward competed for $50 million federal HUD dollars funding that we were able to win.
As a former naval engineer and businessman, Williams brands himself as a political outsider who began his political career merely 2.5 years ago.
Mannion, on the other hand, explained why his social identity as a teacher and native of the 22nd District of New York gives him a leg up on his opponent when it comes to understanding the concerns of local voters.
Both candidates will be on your ballot in the general election this November 5th.
Jack McGuire
and Kyra Ceranyk,
WAER News.
And this is Morning Edition on 88.3 WAER.